Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. So behind me here is my Arctic Fox 992 truck camper. This has an onboard generator, so what I've done is pulled the generator out and installed some sound deadening material along the walls inside of the generator compartment. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. It's a box of Noiko ESN10 80mm sound deadening material that has foil on one side. It's sort of a butyl rubber type material. This is 10 square feet, and each sheet is about 14.5 by 10 inches. This particular sheet measures out to be 10 inches tall and almost 15 inches wide. I've covered both sides and also the back of the generator compartment. I have not covered the top yet, but I've got 3 sheets left. So one box of 10 square feet, or whatever it was, 10.5, is actually pretty much enough to take care of covering everything in the generator compartment. Here's the generator sitting up on a little rolling cart that I placed near the truck camper to get the generator out and not have to lift it very far. And here's looking inside of the compartment. So across the back we have the power junction box, and then we've got along the top there the propane line, and this black propane line right there runs to the outside propane connection. Cables here are the DC power cables for the starter. So you can see how I've used one full sheet here, I've used a partial sheet here, another partial sheet right there, and then one full sheet there, another full sheet up there. And then we have, that ended up being about a half of a sheet, and then a little bit less than half right there. And then over on the far passenger side, or the right side, I've got 2 full sheets, and one of those I may have trimmed a little bit off of the bottom, and then I used whatever remained to fill in this little space here. So if we look at the top, I've got to kind of piece things together again with those three remaining sheets that I have. In all reality, it probably wouldn't have been really important to cover all of this panel over on the right side, because this is actually the outside of the camper. And I could have also left off some of the insulation on the forward side of the compartment, which sits right behind the truck bed tail lights. But for sure we want to cover this, because that goes to the interior of the camper, and this top goes to the interior of the camper. So really what I should have done is covered this, then covered the top, and used up whatever I could to fill in the entire top, and then used the remaining pieces to fill in everything else. And then I know that I probably would have had some blank spaces down here at the bottom, because I'm pretty sure that 3 sheets is not going to cover all of that top. I probably need about 3.5, or maybe closer to 4, but we'll just use what I have and make it work. The top of the compartment sits right below the water heater. Essentially, if you go inside of the camper and look under the kitchen sink, the water heater is sitting right on top of the generator compartment. I also ordered a little application roller. This is made or sold by the same company that sold the insulation. I don't know that it's really necessary. If you're installing this in fairly warm conditions, then it sticks pretty good. Just run your hand over it real good. The instructions do recommend installing this on a surface that's 60 degrees Fahrenheit or above. There is a little note that says proper rolling of the surface material ensures that you won't get liquid and corrosion underneath of the material. Kind of a bunch of general installation tips in the little instruction book. I used scissors to cut it, and measuring I used a framing square, which you can see here, and then use that for my straight edge, and yeah, just some normal cheap heavy duty scissors to cut it, and it worked perfect. So that pretty much wraps up the project. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have other tips for silencing or quieting your generator, be sure to post those in the comments below.